In previous class, in previous class, we discussed Unix introduction, Unix history, and next one we discussed Linux history, and we discussed features of Linux, features of Linux, and we discussed Linux file system architecture, Linux file system architecture, and we started discussing Linux installation. Linux installation. As part of Linux installation, we discussed downloading CentOS, downloading CentOS 7, and we discussed uh, VMware, VMware workstation, VMware workstation installation, download and installation. And next one, we discussed creating VM, VM in VMware, creating VM in VMware. We discussed how to create VM in VMware, right? Today we'll see CentOS 7, CentOS 7 installation in VMware workstation, VMware workstation. Okay. So we see continuation part. Here we do some, we select some operations. Okay. Let's open VMware workstation. Here, yesterday we created VM called Linux evening batch, right? So we created this VM. Here, if you want to change any configuration settings, go to edit virtual machine settings and change configuration. If you want to increase RAM, if you want to allocate more processors, if you want to increase hard disk size, and if you want to attach ISO file, and if you want to change network type. So here we see bridge and we see NAT. We will discuss it later. So I'm requesting you to select this one, bridge. And if you want to attach USB or any other devices, then we click on add. It shows list of devices, list of hardware devices available in our system. Okay. Otherwise, click on OK. Then here click on this virtual machine to power on, this virtual machine to start installation. So it will ask here, place cursor here and click on up arrow, select install CentOS 7. Select install CentOS 7. Then it will start installing. So let's wait, press enter, or let's wait 1 minute. It will start installing. Okay, it started installation. Here we choose some options. So let's wait to choose options. Once options are completed, once begin installation, then it may take 10 to 15 minutes. So installation started. To make full screen, this is the option. So this one, enter full screen mode. Click on this enter full screen mode. Here it will showing language selection. Leave as it is. So it is default to selected English. Leave as it is. Click on continue. Here click on this date and time to select your region time. So click on date and time. If your region is India, click on cursor here. It will automatically select Kolkata ICR. Click on done. And here we choose one more. See, here click on software selection. So by default, it is selected minimal install. Minimal install means you will get only command prompt. You cannot get graphical user interface. If you want graphical user interface, select this server with GUI. Select server with GUI. No need to select any other options. Just select server with GUI. Click on done. Okay, after that, click on this installation destination. Click on this one. Here already it is selected. Let's click on one time here. Again, let's click on second time. You will see this option. Click on done. Next, here you will see network and host name, right? Click on this network and host name. Here, click on on button, on option. Then it will generate one dynamic IP called DHCP IP. So IP is generated for our Linux mission. So it is dynamically generated 192.168.1.105 in my VMware. In your VMware, it may generate a different IP. Okay. So after that, if you want to give any name to this host, I'm giving Linux evening. I'm giving Linux evening batch. I'm giving my system host name is Linux evening batch. Click on apply. So you will get Linux evening batch as current host name. Then finally click on done. Okay. Next, click on begin installation. Here we need to enter password, root password. So we have to remember this password. If you forgot this password, we follow some password breaking rule, but we have to remember. So I'm entering my name, Srinivas. You can enter any name. Click on done. Click on done. And I'm creating one more user as part of installation. I'm creating one user. So username I'm creating Srinivas, and I'm making this user as administrator, and provide password for this user. Provide password for this user, and click on done. Click on done. That's it. It is started installing packages. Let's wait. You will see how many packages it is going to install. We selected DVD version, right? So it is installing 1301 packages. 1301 packages. So to install these many packages, it will take 15 to 20 minutes. It will take 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. So after completion of installation, we do only 2 post installation steps. Those are optional. Just we do skip or next kind of things. So post installation, we do only few options. That is only one time, first time. Once we select those options, for next login, it will not ask those options. One is license agreement selection option. Another one is network related options. So once we choose and once we close, next reboot, it will not show that options. That option shows only first login. Second login onwards, you will see GUI. So you can use GUI or you can use what? Command line interface, CUI. So until this installation, we will discuss one more concept. Generally, Linux servers are located in remote. Linux servers are located in remote. So this is my Linux server. Linux server located in assume this is located in USA with IP address 192.168.1.10. Assume this is public. Assume I'm not saying it is fixed IP. Assume our mission IP is this one, and we have a user root, and we have one more user, Srinivas, right? Srinivas. So like this, multiple users are presented in this mission. So one administrator, main administrator presented here, and Srinivas administrator presented here. So this user, assume this user presented in Bangalore, administrator. This user presented in Hyderabad. Then how do they connect with this server is they install Putty. Putty. It is a client tool. Putty is a client tool. So through this Putty, we connect this mission. So here also we install Putty. Through this Putty, we connect what? We connect the server mission. Putty. Okay. So here, what you will do? You will provide username. So you will provide IP address, and you will provide username, and you will provide password. Then once you enter all these details in Putty, you will get what? Terminal. Here you will get terminal. You will get terminal. So whatever you type in this terminal, these are going to execute in this mission. So these Putty uses SSH protocol. SSH protocol. This uses what? SSH protocol. SSH stands for Secure Socket Protocol. Sorry, Secure Cell. Secure Cell. This is Secure Cell. It uses Secure Cell protocol to connect with your Linux machine. Then main administrator working in this machine using Putty. Normal administrator working in this machine. So whatever the commands they type here, it automatically execute in this machine. Okay. So this is actual real-time scenario. So servers are located in different location, remote location. How do we connect with that missions means we use Putty or some other tools. There are multiple tools available in the market. So mainly most of the people uses Putty tool to connect to remote server. Okay. Let's see. Still it is installing. So it is installed 642 packages. So it may take one more 10 minutes. Save this one. See, I have Linux machine, Linux server. So this is my Linux server. Just now we discussed Linux server. Okay. So this Linux server has IP address and has username and password, right? Username and password. So multiple usernames and password. For every administrator, for every developer, they create separate user and password. Okay. So what I have to do is I have a my mission, Windows mission. So this is my Windows box. In Windows Mission, I have some files. I have some files. I want to load these files into Windows Mission. Sorry, Windows Mission to I want to load files from Windows Mission to Linux Mission. There is a software called WinSCP. You can install WinSCP software in your machine. WinSCP software. Install WinSCP software in your machine and provide username and password. Provide IP address and username and password. Then you will get connection of this machine. Then you can transfer. So you can transfer Windows files to Windows Mission, Windows files to Linux, files from Windows Mission to transfer files from Windows Mission to Windows to Linux, Windows to Linux, and Linux to Windows, Linux to Windows. So we can transfer files from Windows to Linux, Linux to Windows. So this is one of the most popular tool. We use this tool to transfer files from my Windows machine to Linux machine, Linux machine to Windows machine. It internally uses one protocol called SCP protocol. SCP protocol. SCP stands for secure copy. Secure copy. So internally WinSCP uses SCP protocol. It transfer files from Windows to Linux machine, Linux machine to Windows machine. So if you want to transfer any files from Windows, we install WinSCP software in our client machine. Then by using this software, we can transfer our Windows files to Linux machine. So once we enter IP address, username and password, once we click on login, it will show window like this. It will show window like this. In this window, you will see two parts. You will see two parts. You will see two parts. First part completely Windows, and second part you will see Linux. You will see what? Linux. Windows and Linux. Once you log in, you will see this window. Here you can select the files and you can just drag and drop into whatever the path you choose here. Assume here D drive has a file 1, and here I want to place this one into /opt. Just to drag this file and place into OPT. That's it. It will copy automatically from Windows to Linux machine. Okay, so we use WinSCP software to transfer files from Windows machine to Linux machine to Windows. So 1028 packages are installed. It may take one more 3 to 5 minutes. So let's save up to this. Save this one. Today what we are going to do, after the installation we discuss Linux basic commands. So first we see creating directories. So before that we'll see some basic commands. Let's wait to finish this installation. So it provides a graphical user interface because we selected server with GUI, right? It will display graphical user interface. See, most of the production servers are most of the production servers are Linux only. Production servers are Linux only, either Linux or Unix. Only only development, development. We use development and testing, development and testing. We use Windows machines. Windows machines. All production servers are Linux machines only. 99% except to .NET projects. Except to .NET projects, 99% all production systems are either Linux or Unix. Okay. So most of nowadays, most of companies using Linux as development, testing and production. So why they are choosing in this form means, first, Linux is free. So no need to pay license cost. It's completely free. This is one reason. But for Windows, for Windows, for every developer machine, they have to take license. Every year they have to pay, they have to renewal. So sometimes they take like 2 years licensing or 3 years licensing or 5 years licensing. Like that they will take for developer missions. So for Windows, what? It's license. So companies must pay license for every developer mission. So that's why most of all startup companies prefer Linux, because they don't bear licensing cost. So instead of this one, they go for this free version, free softwares like Linux, Tomcat, Java. So they go these kind of softwares. Okay, so that's why it is most important to learn this Linux basics. Linux basics are helps to work with the Linux environment. Whatever we are discussing as part of our Linux basic course, right? It will help you to work on Linux environment. So if you can work on development, you can work on. So we are not writing any Java applications as part of Linux basics. What we are learning, how to work on Linux machine. So what are the requirements, or what are pre-requirements to work with any Linux system? So we are learning all main basic concepts. Once you complete this course, you will definitely, I'm giving guarantee, you can work on any Linux machine. So here we'll discuss almost all basic commands. So once you learn this class, you can learn Hadoop administration, You can learn AWS, you can learn DevOps, any tool. You can easily understand because most of those tools installed in Linux environment. Assume if you joined in Hadoop administration. So we do installations and configurations in Linux environment. So Hadoop administration is most demanded course. Most demanded course nowadays because nowadays everything is big data, big data, big data, big data. On top of big data, they are performing uh, processing, they are performing machine learning, they are performing artificial intelligence, they are performing many operations on big data. So first we need big data. So for any big data administrator, it will help lot. This course helps lot. So once you complete this course, I'm giving guarantee you can work on Linux environments. Okay, let's see. Is installation complete? So packages installation completed. Packages post installation is running. Let's wait 1 minute. Let's wait 1 minute. Let's wait 1 minute. It's going to finish installation. So this is minimizing full screen. So yesterday I shown three, right? CentOS download. CentOS download. So here click on this link. Here you will see DVD ISO, everything ISO, minimal ISO. DVD ISO is 4 GB, 4 GB plus. It contains 1301 packages. If you download everything ISO, it will take more time because it is 8 GB, 8 GB plus software. It contains more packages. If you download minimal ISO, it is 800 to 900 MB. So it doesn't have pre-installed packages. Whatever the package you want, you can install those packages manually. So most of the times in real-time applications, we install minimal ISO only. Minimal ISO. So servers are minimal ISO. This is minimal ISO. Through Putty, we connect to this machine and we install the softwares. Assume this server we are using for Hadoop. Assume this server we are using for Hadoop. As an administrator, what we will do, we use Putty software, and then what we will do, we will install Java software, we will install Hadoop related softwares, and we do configurations through from our Windows machine through Putty software. Through Putty, we connect to this machine, we do installations and configurations and everything. Okay, so most of the times we go for this one. As a learner, it is recommended to download and install DVD ISO because it contains both graphical user interface and command user interface. So as a learner beginning, just download this DVD ISO, create VM here and install that one. If you want to know IP address, if you if you want to know if you want to know IP address, we use command called. So I said before this command, I said Linux has Linux has two kinds of users, right? Two kinds of users: admin users, admin user, and non-admin user, non-admin user. So if you log in as a root user, if you log in as a root user, you will see prompt, you will see prompt as prompt, you will see has prompt. If you log in as a normal user, if you log in as a normal user, you will see dollar prompt, dollar prompt, dollar prompt. If you log in as a root user, you will see as prompt. If you log in as a normal user, you will see dollar prompt. Okay. So let's see, if you want to know IP address of your machine, assume if you log in any user, if you are a root user, you will get this prompt. Here we type ifconfig command, and in latest version this is deprecated. So in latest version we use command called IP space addr, means address space show, IP space addr space show. So this is the command to know IP address of your machine. Next one, if you want to know host name of your machine, we created host name Linux evening batch, right? So if you want to know host name of your machine, we use command called host name command. It displays host name, and there is one more option. If you pass host name hyphen I hyphen I, it also displays hyphen I, it also displays IP address of your machine. It also displays IP address of your machine. It displays only IP. This IP address and ifconfig displays IP with some other information. IP with some other information. Some additional information. So if you want to know only IP address, just type hostname space hyphen I. It displays only IP address. Let's see whether it is completed or not. Yes, it is completed. Once it is completed, click on reboot. Click on reboot button. So it will start rebooting, and after rebooting it will ask a few options. So that is only first reboot. Next reboot onwards it will not ask that options. Let's make this full screen. Okay, here we select license agreement, select accept to license agreement, click on done. Next, click on finish configuration. Okay, it is showing login information. So it's showing list of users. If you not see any user, if you want to log in as a root user or any other user, click on not listed, type username. I am typing root, press enter, type password, then it will start CentOS. Here it shows some options. So these options also shown only first time. Okay, so this is the screen. So here we are seeing graphical user interface. How to open terminal? Right click here, click on open terminal. So before this it's showing some options. So here click on next and click on next. Just click on next. Click on access. Just click on skip. Start using CentOS Linux. That's it. So those options only shown at first time. Close this screen. So whatever the option we used, right, that are shown only first login. Next login onwards, it show only this window. Next login onwards, it show only this window. Here, right click on this desktop, click on open terminal. So I said we logged in as a root user, right? We are seeing hash prompt. So here we type if config. It display IP address. IP address. This is IP address generated at installation time. We seen, right? This IP address, and this is the interface name, network card name, virtual network card name. It is displaying LO, loop back address, and some other additional information. Okay, if you want to only IP address, we use what? Hostname space hyphen I. It displays only IP address of your machine. IP address of your machine. Next, I want to display only host name. Just type host name. It displays, sorry, spelling mistake. Host name. It display host name of your machine. Okay. So you want to know which user you logged in. You type who am I, who am I. It displays username. If you type who space am space I, it gives additional information. So who is the user, what is the terminal type, and date of login. It displays complete information. Who am I? Continuation, it displaying only username. Okay. So I said one more configuration, IP space ADR space show. It also displays IP address of your machine. It is also displays what? IP address of your machine. So see what is the IP address of your machine. So this is the network card, right? IP address is 192.168.1.105. So you can use IF config or you can use IP config. Hostname -I gives only IP address of your machine, right? Okay. See, I want to switch from root user to Srinivas user. I want to switch from root user to Srinivas user. To switch from one user to another user, one user to another user. We use command called SU. SU stands for switch user. Switch user. We use command switch user. Assume from root user, I am switching to Srinivas user. From root user, I am switching to Srinivas user. If you switch from root user to normal user, normal user, normal user, or any other user, or any other user, it will not ask password. It will not ask password because root user has all permissions. Because root user has all permissions. So is the root user is the main administrator. Root user is main administrator. Main administrator. Main administrator. Root user is main administrator. That's why root has all permissions. Assume if you are switching from normal user to any other user. If you are switching from normal user to any user, then it will ask password. Then it will ask password. It will ask password. Okay, let's see this scenario. So I'm trying to switch from root user to Srinivas user. SU Srinivas. SU Srinivas. It is not asking. It is directly taken Srinivas user. Observe, normal user has dollar prompt. Root user has hash prompt. Here, who space who am I? It is giving Srinivas, right? So we are logged in as a Srinivas user. We logged in as what? Srinivas user. So if you want to exit from Srinivas user, just type exit. Just type exit. You go previous user. Let's again SU Srinivas. SU Srinivas. From Srinivas, I want to log in root user. SU root user. So if you want to log in from normal user to any user, it will ask password. Observe, it is asking root user password. Without entering root user password, you cannot switch from normal user to any other user. Okay, so first root you, how do we log in? Root user to Srinivas user, right? Srinivas user to root user. I want to come out from root. First type exit. If you type exit, you will come out from root user to Srinivas user. Next type exit. You will come out from Srinivas user to root user. Okay, exit. You will come out from root user to Srinivas user. Exit. You come out from root user to Srinivas user to root user. So you got it right. I said one important point for root user, which is the home directory /root, right? So there is a command pwd. There is a command called pwd. Pwd stands for present working directory. Present working directory. Present working directory. It displays present working directory. If you type anywhere, it will display present working directory. Means currently in which directory we are in. Let's type this one, pwd. It is displaying present working directory. I said if you want to move from one directory to another directory, we use cd and /home. cd/home. /home is a home directory for all users. In this home directory, it is created. If you create any user, it will create directory with username, right? Let's press ls. We have created Srinivas user, right? For Srinivas user also, it is created one directory under this /home, Srinivas. So you got it, right? So for every user, it will create a home directory under /home with username. So cd is a command to change one directory to another directory. ls is a command to display list of files. List of files. We will discuss about cd and ls in detail in next class. So try to understand some basics. So cd root. This is the main directory, right? Under root, we have multiple directories. What are they? Under root, we have bin. Yesterday we discussed architecture. Did you remember? /opt, /bin, /root, slash sbin, lib. All those are parts of what? Root directory. So bin, lib, etc, boot, root, sbin, home. All these are child directories of root directory. So I said cd bin ls. It contains different commands. These commands are these commands can be usable by both user and administrator. And come out from this directory cd space dot dot, go to cd sbin ls. The commands presented in this sbin can be used by only administrator, right? These commands can be used only for administrator. Bin commands can be used by both admin and non-admin. Let's go to let's come out from this one, cd dot dot and cd etc. etc contain all configuration files. etc contain configuration files. So these are different configuration files for different packages. Different packages. So complete configuration files information presented in where? Under etc. Okay. cd/opt. So here currently we don't have any softwares. So that's why it's not showing any softwares. So if you install any softwares, we see softwares installed information in this directory. Okay. So that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow exactly at 8 p.m. Okay. Do you have any queries in today's class? So root user 3. I said for root user, it will create a directory under where? /root. But for normal users, it is creating directory under /home. Yep, you can speak with Bobby. You will get it. Almost same, Kumar. VirtualBox installation almost same. So finally, I'll show. In last class, I will show how to install in VirtualBox also. Yep, we can install CentOS in VM Player also. I said download VMware software from VMware Workstation. VMware Workstation. Go to Google and download, search VMware Workstation download. VMware Workstation download. You will see two links. One is from VMware and another is from File Hippo. Click on this File Hippo. Anything related to notes and anything related to video classes, please speak with Bobby. So here we see option called download free version. Click on this download free version and you will get exe file, exe or MSI file. Double click on that one. It will ask mostly next, finish. So VMware Workstation is simple. So once download VMware, I said we need to create a VM first. We need to create VM first. So how do we create VM? Right click here, click on new virtual machine. Click on new virtual machine. So here we see option here, typical, select default one, click on next. Here it shows three options. Click on I will install operating system later. Select this option, click on next. Here select Linux. In list of Linux, select CentOS 7 64-bit. Click on next and give virtual machine name. So I'm giving Linux, any name, lab, and select the virtual machine location. So in your mission, you can select any location. In my mission, F drive, I'm saying I created one softwares folder. Under softwares, I created VM. Under VM, I have VMware. Here I'm giving name Linux lab. Select this Linux lab. Click on OK and click on next. Here give minimum 30 GB of hard disk space. This is hard disk space. Click on next. Here customize hardware. If you not select this option, click on finish. Where do we select customization? Here select Linux lab. Click on edit virtual machine and here change RAM size minimum of 2 GB and here click on this CD DVD. Click on this use ISO. Click on browse and select the ISO we have downloaded. So I have downloaded here. I'm selecting this ISO and click on open. That's it. VM is created. Once VM is created, click on power on virtual machine. Then it will start installing. So creating virtual machine is very easy. Yep, that's what I said. We can. I shown this feature, right? Here it's showing two options. Here files are present, right? Drag this file into Windows. It will copy from Linux to Windows. Drag Windows file to Linux. It will copy Windows file to Linux. Okay. So I have another class. I'm stopping now.